Hi everyone, welcome back to Virtue's Voyager. My name is Lizzy. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Confident Girl's Guide to Disability. This specific episode is going to be about accessible purses and bags. I had a really hard time finding some purses and bags that I thought might be accessible, and I think that fashion isn't often talked about enough because disabled people like fashion too, and there's just not enough resources and guidance out there on how to pick something like a purse that's not only going to be functional for you, but also be kind of cute and match your style. So today we'll get started with that. I did my best to research what might be accessible for other people as well as myself. Keep in mind that everybody's accessibility needs are different, so just because something works for me doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. But that's why I took a little look and I did my best to be inclusive. So if you have any other comments about that, or I totally missed something that would be super helpful to somebody, as always, please leave it in the comments. Let's get started. The first thing I found was this diagram, and it shows really well different bags and what kind of areas you might want to place a bag and what the pros and cons are. So I just wanted to pop that up there before we get started talking about the more nuanced portions of this. So step 1, what are you trying to carry? What size bag would you need? This is really important because you don't want to be carrying a bag that's way too big for the amount of things that you have or way too small. So this is an example of some different sizes of bags. You can find them from teeny tiny all the way up to super large. Step 2, think about what your mobility aid is. What areas are free around your body? What areas need to be left open? And what areas are free and safe on your mobility aid? Can something attach to it? Those are some questions to think about with your bag. You don't necessarily have to carry it. I found a photo of this really cute outfit that this girl is wearing, but she also happens to be carrying a cane. I want to point out a couple of things about this photo. So if you're carrying a cane and you want to be able to have access to a bag as well, you can't carry it in your left hand, and you probably won't want to be carrying it in your right hand either, because you want to be able to open doors and carry coffee cups and stuff like that. So thinking about other areas on your body, like a crossbody bag or a backpack or even a fanny pack, might be really good. In addition, if you're going for something like a crossbody, you don't want the big bag to end up on the side that your cane is on because it might get in the way. So thinking about that as well. If you're using a mobility aid like a wheelchair, there are a lot of options out there. They're getting cuter and cuter, but this is a backpack that's just from Target. It has backpack straps, but you can also fold them in when you attach them to your backpack. There's also things like rollator bags, wheelchair bags. There's some good spots to set the bag on there and attach it that way. So take a look at the different patterns and colors and sizes and styles. Jansport has a lot of colors and styles available in this crossbody adaptive bag, so this is something that could be attached to a mobility aid or worn like a crossbody. It seems to have a lot of room too, so check them out. Another option is these Brixley bags. They're not specifically marketed to be accessible or adaptable, but I think that they have so many cute patterns and colors, and the little hooks on the back make it really easy to adjust to the strap and wear it in a lot of different ways, and also to attach it to a mobility aid. The inside is also super practical. My mom has one and loves it. Step 3, think about balance. Will this bag alter or hinder your balance? How can you make it more evenly distributed? Will it cause pain to wear for longer periods of time? This is really important to think about because you don't want to be in pain and paying for the amount of things that you're carrying. Some options for this are the fanny packs, because you can put them directly in the front or the back and the weight can be more balanced. They also tend to carry less stuff. And also a backpack is another really good example of how the weight is distributed evenly, and then your body can kind of cope easier. Step 4, closure. How does your bag stay shut? Can you access it easily when you need to? And do you need to add keychains or pulls? This is an example of a zipper pull that is marketed for more like accessible use or adaptable use, but they also have like these keychain ones on Etsy and all kinds of places, and I think they're super cute, and you could totally add them instead of one of those more metally ones. I think this would be a really good way to make it personalized. Also things like this keychain, if that's easier to grab for you, use that as a zipper pull. This bag has a small snap closure, so you could wear it open a lot of the time. It's also crossbody, or you can carry it so that you won't have to deal with a zipper at all. So if you have trouble with zippers and you just don't even want to bother with the pulls, there are some bags that don't have zippers. They're upright so that things don't fall out. This one is kind of a shoulder bag, but those are out there. And you also don't have to settle for just one color or style. There's a lot of colors and styles out there, so just keep looking. You can even do this with backpacks. You don't have to have a backpack. It seems like a lot of them have zipper pulls, but this one I found on Etsy is more of a flap, so it's really easy to keep your stuff in there, but also you don't have to deal with the zipper. So even things like backpacks can have that. There's also these running belts, so if you have just a couple of things, those come in a lot of colors and patterns and styles as well, and they don't have zippers. This is a fanny pack version. This is one of the only ones I could find that doesn't have a zipper closure. I personally don't love the look of it, in all honesty, but I'm hoping that over time more and more accessible versions of bags will come out, and there will be more patterns and colors available. Step 5. What's your style? Do you like certain colors, materials, or silhouettes? So I think this is a really important aspect. If you don't like a bag but it fits all of your needs, you can customize it. And you can do this by adding things like a different strap. This is a couple of different examples. You can get kind of like leather straps or fabric straps in all kinds of different colors and styles. This can also be a good thing for sensory issues. If you have a sensory issue with a certain kind of strap, you can change it out. You can do that. There's also all kinds of really cute bag charms, which might also help with zipper accessibility, and you can tie a ribbon or a scarf to a bag. I personally love the look of that. I think it's a really good way to customize it. And finally, you could also paint a bag. So this is an example of what used to be a purse. My mom used it so much that she had to retire it, but she liked the painting that I did on it. I just used acrylic, so she cut that portion off. So now that we've took a look at what's available out there, I thought that I'd show you guys what my bags are and why I find them accessible. So the first one is my smallest bag that I have. I have this fanny pack. I got it in this cute pink color. It matches a lot of the things that I have. It also fits a lot of things that I have really well. I find it accessible because this buckle is really easy to undo, so I find it easy to take on and off. These buckles might not be best for everybody, but for me it's not a big deal. I also don't have too many issues with zippers, so I chose a bag with a zipper. It's got a lot of room in it, which is really nice. I appreciate the amount of room that I can fit like my sunglasses and my earplugs and like everything that I need fits in here. So that is one example. Another reason that I picked this versus something that would be a little bit more crossbody is because I find that over time wearing something that is weighted on one side tends to make my chronic pain worse. So if I'm wearing something heavy on one side, it's a little bit lopsided and my muscles have to compensate for that, and things like fibromyalgia or chronic pain stuff can really flare up if you're not being careful about the way that you treat your body and what you're wearing on it. So this is really easy to keep on the front or behind me and balance out that weight. This is obviously the smallest one, so it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it comes in handy when you get to larger sizes. So the largest bag that I have, I thrifted. It's this tote, and it has a front pocket that's open, and then it has a little magnetic closure in it, but it's really easy to get open and closed. I think you can just kind of pull it really easy, but the one thing about this is it is one-sided. Usually when I have a tote like this, I'm not going somewhere where I'm actually going to be carrying it for very long. I have a tendency to be able to set it down when I get to where I'm going if I need to bring this amount of stuff, or leave it in the car, but I do find that it's helpful to have a larger bag. I also do have a full-size backpack that I use if I need to carry things for further, maybe places like the airport. Having a full-size backpack and being able to balance the weight on my shoulders is really helpful in comparison to having something that I have to carry on one side. if you want more travel tips, let me know if you're interested in that as well. So this is my everyday bag. This is the one that I use all the time. It's a mini backpack by Vera Bradley. I am really disappointed to say that they have discontinued this specific version, and their newer mini backpack does not fit my needs. So I might have to go online and see if I can source another backpack this style, because it actually fits my laptop in it too. I have a fairly small laptop, so I find that super nice. And it also fits everything else, and the way that the new ones are built just don't quite fit my needs. But from a fashion aspect, I love the pattern, I love the colors. This is something that I picked out secondhand. This flap has a really light magnetic closure so that it stays closed, and it's got a pretty good amount of room in there. There's my sunglasses. And then it has a larger zipper pocket. I added this fidget keychain because then I always have a fidget wherever I'm going. It has these little peas in it, and peas in a pod. I think it's cute. But it also helps me just grab the zipper because the zipper is kind of small. So it's easier to just find it and grab it. And it also has a little pocket back here that I don't really use, but I suppose could be really helpful if you're traveling and you're worried about somebody stealing things. Putting it on that pocket would be directly against your back. So this is my bag. It has everything that I need in it. I usually keep my noise canceling headphones and some medications and a water bottle and a couple other things in there. And I find that having that directly on my back, it feels like a lot less weight than if I were to carry it, but it does also have this little handle. So those are some reasons that it's accessible for me, both because of the size and the ability to carry all my stuff the way that I want it to. It's really easy to get to my items. If you are somebody who has a hard time twisting and getting things off of your back, or you want immediate access to them, this would not work for you, but for me, it works out great. Yeah, so I'll probably do another video if you're interested of what's in my bag, but those are the three that I reach for the most often, and I hope that this was helpful. If you would love to see more from my series, feel free to subscribe or leave a comment down below on what you would like me to do another video on. And with that, I appreciate you all, and I hope that you find your perfect purse. So, love you. Goodbye.